Hey everyone, welcome to this month's Investors Update. It's September and it's time to get down to business. Kids are going back to school, people are back from summer holidays, the weather's even changing. September is the month of change. And if you could use a change in your life for the better, then this video is for you. What better way to improve your lifestyle than by increasing your income? We do that through rental properties, and I know you can as well. Now, the most important thing to do with getting started with rental properties is to get out there and start looking at properties right away. I'm hitting the street today. I like to look at about 5 properties a week, and I think that's a good goal for you too. Look at about 5 properties a week. In fact, after this video, I suggest you call your realtor. Say, I need to look at 5 properties this week. Now, I can't promise you're going to buy a property this week, and you probably won't even buy one next week. But I can guarantee you this. If you don't look at properties, you won't buy one, you won't increase your income. So you have to get out there and look, and over the next 2 or 3 months, you'll end up putting in an offer, and you'll probably end up getting a property. So for those of you looking and you're going to take the advice and call your realtor and buy some properties, I've got a really good tip for you. I've got a way to virtually eliminate the risk of buying a property and not having it rented or having it sit vacant, which is a lot of people's nightmare. So here's what you do. You want to get your property, you want to make sure that it's not vacant, you've got to rent it before you buy it. All right, you've got to rent it before you buy it. Now, how do you do that? Well, here's how you do it. Say I was looking at this property over here, and it's for sale, and I wanted to buy this property. Well, while I'm looking at it with my realtor and we're talking about buying it, I'm going to put a listing up for rent, and I'm not going to put the property address. I'm going to put just this intersection right here. Could be any property in this area. I'm going to put 3-bedroom, 2-bath for rent on the corner of 1st and Main. And then you're going to see how many phone calls you get. And it's going to be very easy to measure how in demand this property is at that rental price with the phone calls you get. If you get 0 phone calls, then it's probably time to move on to the next property. If you get a flood of phone calls, you know that you can probably charge more for rent, and you're going to get it rented pretty quickly. So you keep doing that till you find the property that gets you the flood of phone calls. Now, once you get the flood of phone calls, you qualify your tenants, and you pick 3 or 4 or 5 or however many you want to pick. Talk to your realtor, and you have them come through and look at the property. You have them fall in love with the property. You have them agree to rent the property from you. All right, now you can do this with having them sign a lease before you purchase the property. You can have them doing this by signing a letter of intent. Talk to your lawyer. In every area it's different on how you can approach this, because you can't lease a property that you don't own yet. But what you want to do is you want to get that tenant in the door. You want to have them committed for 30 to 60 days when you're going to close on that property. So what happens is when you close on that property, you have a tenant to move in, boom, day one. You know, you've got the security deposit, you know they're going to move in. It's virtually a risk-free way to get your place rented for at least a year lease, and then you have a year to do any improvements or rent it again. So try that. Do your posting, rent your tenant's property before you buy. Now, there's 2 really cool things that come out of that. Number 1, if you have a letter of intent or a lease signed before you buy the property, then you're going to take that to your lender, and you're going to show your lender that the property is already rented. The property is guaranteed rent, so it's much lower risk on their end. You're going to get better financing terms. You're going to get a better chance of even getting financing. It's so hard to get financing these days. But that's going to be a favorable thing for your lender to see. It's going to help much more than it can even hurt. And the second thing you can do is you can have the overflow of tenants, the ones that didn't get the property, start finding properties for you. Now, how do you do that? Well, you call back those tenants that didn't get the property, and you say, I liked your application. I really want to work with you and rent a property to you, but I don't have any properties right now. Why don't you go out and find something that you like, find a property for sale, and if I can buy it, I'll buy it for you and you can move in. You give them your criteria, what you're looking for, your price point, and what happens is that you have an army of tenants that go out finding properties for you. Now, you don't have to pay them a bird dog fee. In fact, they're going to come to you with a property and they're going to want to rent it from you. So you got a guaranteed renter, you've got somebody finding properties for you, frees up your time to do whatever you want, grow your business, enjoy all the cash flow that you're going to be making as this ramps up for you. 2 really cool ways for you to get started right away. All right, now there's more for you. If you want to read more, it's right below. We've included a whole big thing of text on how to do this, so check it out. And if you got our books, we talk about this. This is how we do it. This is how we teach. We talk about this in our books. If you got our books, you know it's in there. All right, now before I go, I just want to mention one thing really quick. Probably the obvious thing is we've got a brand new site here. We spent a lot of time working on our site and redoing it. It looks pretty much the same, but the functionality is different. We've created a site that is more community oriented. We've created a site where you can have your user profiles and communicate with each other and connect and do deals and learn more and be more successful, get further. We want to support you in your real estate endeavors. So please use the site, enjoy it, browse it. There's lots of cool stuff to do here. All right, video's over. I'm gonna let you guys get back to work. Please leave your comments below as always. Don't forget, when this video's done, pick up the phone, call your realtor, have a conversation with them. All right, everyone, make it a great week and we'll see you soon.